All right, so another series I saw recently was called Olive Kitteridge. It's an HBO miniseries again. I was just intrigued by some of these miniseries after I saw Mayor of Easttown that had Kate Winslet. I was looking for other similar shows by HBO that I thought had similar themes, and Olive Kitteridge is based on a novel by Elizabeth Strout by the same name. It's the story of a retired teacher. Um, Her name is Olive Kitteridge. She stays with her husband, Henry Kitteridge, who's a pharmacist, and their son, Christopher, who eventually becomes a podiatrist. They stay in a small coastal town in Maine, in the U.S., and it's about how they. I think it's a depiction of how characters change over time. So there are four episodes, and in each episode, you sort of look at each character. The movie is primarily focused on Olive's perspective, but the first episode, for instance, is told from Henry Kittredge's perspective about how Olive treats him on a day to day basis. And I think I read this online somewhere, but I really like this. The show is about loneliness in the presence of others. Now, that is something all of us may feel at certain times. Even though we're surrounded by people, we still feel alone. And you see this happening in the lives of each of those characters. Um, like Olive does seem to enjoy teaching, but she is bogged down by it at the same time. Um, Slightly frustrated too with her marriage and her life with her husband Henry. And Henry is depicted as loving and caring, but um, he also is not able to understand some of Olive's needs, and that does lead to tension. But that's also something they come to accept as part of their marriage, and as part of this journey of growing old together. Like their son Christopher develops a lot of resentment towards them because of the way the mother, or Olive particularly, treated him. And I think the movie also does a good job talking about mental illness. There was a character who used to be in Olive's class who had bipolar disorder, and his mother was also bipolar. And the way that was depicted in this film was really unique, especially telling the story from the perspective of the person that has bipolar disorder, not looking at it from the outside, which is often very hard to do. Some of those scenes were really powerful. But I think the most beautiful part about this film or this series was how Henry and Olive's relationship was shown, and how it was shown over a 20-year period, not just, one phase of their lives, which movies and shows often do. And I think there's a lot of realism, there's a lot of um, great acting. I think Frances McDormand as Olive Kittredge and Henry Jenkins as Henry um, play their roles really, really well. And it's definitely one of my favorite dramas. I have a bunch, but this is high up there. I really enjoyed this film. By the end of the series, I think Olive comes to accept her life the way it is, and also learns to treat the people around her with a lot more care, um, which is very different from the start. And when she is faced with personal challenges like health and illness, she realizes that there are more important things to life than, always having the strongest opinion in a subject. So that's my review of Olive Kitteridge. Please subscribe to this channel if you like such reviews. It really, really does help the channel. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. And I hope you spend some time on this channel looking at all the other videos that we curate for you here.